News Extra is brought to you by Gering Civic Center, and here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. Our guests today on News Extra are Ken Meyer and Debbie Patrick, and they are on the board. Matter of fact, founding members on the board for the Western Nebraska Housing Opportunities, known as WNHO. That's the acronym. And Ken Meyer's the president. Debbie Patrick's the secretary-treasurer. They're here to kind of make a special announcement this morning in regards to a purchase of a property that really needs a lot of renovation, and they've got big plans for it. So, Ken, why don't you start it all off here?
Thanks, Kevin, for having us. Rawnda Pierce is also here with us this morning. We just recently purchased the old Eastwood Apartments. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's the old Cottonwood Apartments down on East Overland. We've contracted with Bob Anderson, who's going to oversee our project. Bob, you might remember as the industrial arts shop teacher over in Gering. Recently retired. He's going to be our project guy. We've started the demo work. We're in the first phase of the project. We've remodeled 12 of the units in that building, and when we're all finished, hopefully to have between 32 and 34 units in it. And it's a building that has been around for a long time. It's in desperate need of repair. WNHO recognized that, and we've decided to purchase it and make it into some 1- and 2-bedroom apartments for the low and moderate income, which is kind of what we do, and we're real excited about it.
Yeah, some of the things you guys are going to do when you remodel, I mean, you're putting in almost totally new infrastructure. I mean, water, sewer, the whole 9 yards, right?
That's basically what we do anytime we take on a project. It's take it down to the bare bones, and it's going to look nice. It's going to be a very nice place to be. Rawnda was just mentioning we're tearing out the plumbing underneath the crawl spaces today, so it'll have new plumbing, new heating system, new electrical. It'll be a nice place, a safe place, and I think that's the other thing. It'll be a safe place for people to be, and a good affordable place for folks to be. And we're excited about it. Very excited about it. When we get all finished with it, one of the other things we'll have is hopefully, and this is one of the things I think we're getting the community excited about, is that we'll have some transitional living areas, and that's something that's been needed in the area for a long time. We're in the housing business, and some people just don't have housing, and that's one of the things that we're kind of gearing towards also.
All right. Debbie, we'll get you in here real quick before we take a break. Kind of explain what WNHO is, because you guys are basically around to help with the housing projects. You've done, say, 30 homes over the last 8 to 10 years, got people in them to help out in areas where really the private sector is not really providing the assistance there, and that's where you guys come in, right?
Right, Kevin. Through some grants that we were able to get, and also some community support and funding, we have provided down payment assistance, repair costs to help at least 210 families get into their new home. And we've also been able to purchase rehab and resale about, 34 units? And we're able to sell those to low-income households. And they're basically just like moving into a brand-new home that's been completely renovated, as Ken said. For this project, we have received a donation from Platte Valley Companies for $25,000, we're happy to say, and we've also reached out to some of our other supporters to try to get some more funds to help us with that renovation.
All right. We'll take a break. Be back right after this.
With our 21 years of meeting success, wireless internet access for 750 computers, the Polycom video system, no service fees, and the meat shop cooking incredible food for you, you need to call the Gering Civic Center for your next meeting or convention. Call 436-6888, visit GeringCivicCenter.com, and like us on Facebook. Experts providing exceptional experiences and excellent food. You will look good.
Back on News Extra, we have Ken Meyer and Debbie Patrick. They are President and Secretary Treasurer with Western Nebraska Housing Opportunities, and also Rawnda Pierce, Executive Director of TCD. And if you don't know, this organization is helping out with low-income housing and renovations, and announcing today they've purchased the Eastwood Apartments on East Overland and are in the first phase of renovating that building, and eventually going to have over 30 units in that particular building for low-income people. And your funding right now is all, am I right, Rawnda, all community-based, but maybe later on possibly some grants, right?
Yes, Kevin. Basically, the first phase, which would be the north wing, which is where we'll be doing 12 apartments, will be totally community-driven and WNHO funds. We aren't able to even apply for a grant until like next March or April, so this is all going to be going ahead and getting it started, and then we'll kind of block off part of the building until we hopefully can establish some grant funding. But the building's a 100-year-old building. It's got a neat history. It was built originally as a boarding house for the sugar factory workers. So it was a 52-room boarding house. So it's 100 years old, and it's really got most of the original structure. So we're taking out pipes and stuff that are fairly old and need replacement.
All right. We got about 40 seconds left. You also have a couple of tenants that are helping you out with this?
Yeah,
right?
It's been a really neat project to see. We've got a couple of the tenants that will be staying once the building's renovated that are working on the work crew, and so they're really busting their butts and really taking pride in the work because they want to live there. So that's been really neat to see.
All right. Congratulations once again to Western Nebraska Housing Opportunities for this project. Like Ken said, a building that's badly in need of renovation. We appreciate these guys coming in to tell us about it. All right, back to you, Dan.